everyone, I am the Sovereign and this is my court. Welcome back. Today we are here to talk about my favorite finals Miss Universe gowns ever in history. Now mind you, this is just the finals gowns, okay? These are just finalist gowns. We're not talking about prelims gowns, none of that. These are the final looks, the most stunning looks that these girls served us throughout the years. I have done my analysis from the year 2000 on up. Yeah, we're not gonna do this, oh, we're gonna start with the 2010s. No, we're not gonna discount those amazing dresses from the 2000s era. Now, when it comes to previous eras, the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, those were a different era of beauty and those gowns would not fly during the current Miss Universe. But the gowns that I'm gonna call out today in this video could pass in Miss Universe 2020, could pass in Miss Universe 2021. These are the gowns that are everlasting classics. And mind you, this is mainly this is a video focused on the gowns themselves, not the women in the gowns, because I know that there are going to be some people in the comments below in this video like, oh my God, you left so-and-so off the list. No, I left her gown off the list. You have to understand that some women make the gown. Some women make an average or okay gown look stunning because it's on that particular woman. But these gowns as standalone pieces are amazing unto themselves. So I want you to understand that because I know somebody's gonna be down there. I can't believe you left her off the list. I left her gown off the list, okay? If you like that gown, you like that gown because that queen in the gown made that gown look stunning, all right? You gotta learn how to separate. So we're gonna give props and homage to the designers that gave us these walking pieces of art. I have 15 gowns for you guys, and we are going to start with, who are we gonna start with? Number 15 is Puerto Rico, 2006. Puerto Rico 2006. This gown is a work of art. This gown was daring. In your mind, just think what it took for a designer to sit down and say, I'm gonna make an elegant evening gown out of metal, out of chains. That's so masculine. That's such a strong thing that it's really hard. How do you feminize wearing chainmail basically? But you did it. You did it. And this gown looked stunning. It was edgy, but elegant. And I give props to whoever came up with this to make chains into an elegant evening gown. This gown could have been put on any woman and she automatically would have been given like an air of fierceness, an air of just like strength. Gown's great. Moving on. At number 14, I have Thailand 2019. This is a very recent gown that it's not just a red, okay? It's almost like a deep ombre. It went from like rich ruby all the way into almost black. I love that this gown had multiple colors in it. It was very ethereal, but at the same time, it was giving me strength, a little bit of mysterious. Her dress was so light, it was almost like smoke. And then that leg, sis. They went there with that leg. They had the tights on there, the sheer tights that had like the diamonds dripping sparkles into her leg that also went into the dress. It was just one fluid transition. Very, very creative. And I love it when designers get creative with their masterpieces, because if there's ever a time to be creative, it's definitely in a Miss Universe competition. At number 13, I have Venezuela 2012. Yes, I love some gemstone colors. I love rich colors. She was giving me emerald all day. Hello, my favorite stone is emerald. This color is glorious. And how often do we get to see a green gown on stage? They went there with that and they killed it. They killed it. This is what I mean when I tell girls, wear color. Don't be afraid to wear color, because this gown still had the shine, it still had the sparkle, it still had the glamour without it just being totally Swarovski crystalled out. It had creativity, it had elegance. There will never be a dress like this again. This dress, you can't even copy it, because we're all gonna know where you got it from. This is a one of a kind gown. Beautiful. At number 12, we have Canada 2005. Yes, we're going back to the past because this dress is classic. This dress This dress is very simple, and you guys, I know you guys are down there, you're like, wait, those of you who know me, you know that I have a thing with white gowns. There are times when white gowns are justified. This gown is a beautiful example of simple elegance, and this is something I will talk about when I get into other countries, especially African nations, because I know some countries are going to be like, well, we don't have the money to create these masterpieces that, I don't know, Venezuela creates, the United States creates, Philippines creates. They don't necessarily have the finances to create this glorious gown, but I say you don't need to. This gown is simplicity perfected. It is very elegant. It is very soft. It is very demure. It is almost fragile. This gown almost looks like it's made out of tissue paper. It is so gentle, very delicate, dainty straps. The thing that really makes this dress is the fit. It is cut impeccably. The fit is perfection. That dress is molded to her body in the way that it showcases her moves. It allows that dress to flow. It is extremely ethereal, and it wasn't gaudy at all. Barely any shine at all. I think the shine was only in the straps itself. That's it. And she won. She won in this gown. Okay, so no one ever give me the excuse about, oh, my country doesn't have the finances to create these glorious Swarovski crystal gowns. You don't need it. If you don't have the money to, even for girls who are competing in like state pageants, you know, regional pageants, and you don't have the money that the other girls have, which we know pageants are expensive, okay? I know. I've checked. I've seen what it's like. Focus on a gown that is of quality. You don't need all the extra bits. Focus on something that is simply very high quality, that fits you just right. Put more effort and more money into hemming the gown, fitting the gown, getting alterations to the gown. Make that gown yours. At number 11, we have USA 2014, Nia Sanchez in this radiant, glamorous red dress. This dress is Hollywood glamour at its peak. It has the dynamic cutouts. It has that Art Deco cutouts, a little bit of sheerness. You can see her skin, totally full of sequins into a long fishtail train. This gown was stunning. This gown was everything. She owned the stage in this gown, which is why she got second runner-up. Nia Sanchez looked phenomenal in this gown, and I'm so happy that it's just not like a basic red dress, that it had these very geometric shapes in it. It had those cutouts. It made it a very unique standout gown. Wonderful, beautiful designer. You did great. At number 10, we have another classic, Colombia 2008. This gown shall live on forever. This gown will reign supreme for just life. I'm pretty sure this gown is in some sort of showcase permanently for Colombian queens. Most of us true pageant fans can identify this dress, right? Most of these dresses I'm doing off the top of my head, by the way, like most of them is just like in there. This is one of those dresses that are seared in my brain. This yellow dress, beautiful bright color. I don't know why girls don't pick more brightly beautiful color gowns. This looked fantastic on her. And then the detail on the bodice. Oh, the detail on the bodice just killed it. It killed it. What makes this dress truly beautiful is the fabric choice and the detailing. The fabric choice was heavy enough for it to stay down and create a train as she walked, but light enough to create a little bit of a flare when she did her turn. And it added a little bit of glamour right into the bodice to give her that I'm a queen feel, but not so much as to overshadow the queen that was wearing it. I feel like the things that irritate me a lot about gowns nowadays is people are getting so stuck on the glitz and the crystallization of the gowns that you're not paying attention to the woman in the gown. You're paying attention to the gown itself. This gives me, that is a Columbia 2000 and, oh God, was it 18? It was Laura Gonzalez's gown. I think she's Columbia 2018. I'm thinking about gowns right now, not years, but it's Laura Gonzalez's gown. That queen was amazing and she deserved a better dress. That dress was totally too much. It was too crystals and she didn't need it. She didn't need it. It overshadowed a very beautiful queen. And yes, she got second runner up, but that gown did not do her justice. That gown did not give her space to walk the way she should have been able to walk. This gown of Columbia, this beautiful yellow, It was enough to showcase her walk. It was fitted to her beautifully. It flared out to showcase that turn that she did, give her that edge, give her the bright color that says, yes, see me. And did you see how that yellow dress made her stand out amongst the lineup of girls? Those other girls were basically just background pieces compared to her. She was front and center. Even when she's surrounded by other girls, your eyes are drawn to her. I'm telling you, ladies, you have got to get off the crystallization, like nude white gowns if you want to stand out. Colors. Do you see how much color is on this list? Yes. At number 9, we have Canada 2018, and you had to know. You had to know that this gown was going to be included in the list. You had to know. You guys saw my reaction to the competition. You had to know that I was going to include Canada. This gown gave me drama, and we all know I'm a drama queen. Okay, we know this, but that gown gave me drama. Just so dramatic, just so elegant, so Hollywood flair. Like she went there. Girl went bold. Okay, and she owned it all the way down the runway. This gown was a beautiful, see, this is when nude works. I only advocate using nude if it's the type of gown that really needs to be nude, if it adds something to your overall look. The color of this gown matched her complexion wonderfully. This gown would not have worked on pretty much anyone else in the competition. It was like tailor-made, color and everything for her. Fit, impeccable. That gown was fitted for the gods. And then it had a detachable skirt, and I love some versatility because she was not forced to change her gown really from prelims to finals. She just added a skirt, so she was able to keep the same theme, keep the same look, but still bring a surprise with it. I loved the drama of this gown. I love a dramatic gown, and I love that she did it once again without going to the place that other gowns go. They all go like Swarovski crystals, stonework. They just want the beading and the stonework. And no, her gown didn't have a lot of shimmer. It was just well placed shimmer. It was a beautifully structured gown to the point where the detailing didn't overshadow the queen in the gown. It emphasized the beauty of the woman wearing it. Oh my God, her skirt was feminine. It was elegant. It was the design of a monarch, okay? A monarch, and I loved it. And you guys know I loved it. At number 8, we have Ukraine 2014. We have another red dress. Let's talk about it. Oh, Ukraine. Sweetheart neckline, old school glam, gave me a train, but this is another dress that had the glamour, but it had well-placed, strategic glitz. It wasn't all over the dress. It was in strategic areas, strategic zones. They didn't put it all over the gown, just enough to give it that glamour. And then, oh, you guys, she gave me leg. She gave me leg. That dress had a slit. Oh, that gown. The gown, I don't even know how they did it, but they kind of combined everything. They had a skirt in the back, a slit in the front, but it was fitted as if it was like a straight, tight, sheath dress. They put her hair up out of her face to show that neckline, to show that sweetheart. This gown was everything, and it showcased the queen in the dress so magnificently. It was so well done. Beautiful gown, elegance, royalty, regal. I love everything about this gown. At number 7, we have Haiti 2016. Give me that dress. She wore gold, and this was a justified gold dress. She has a geometric shape on the bottom part of her gown, and it almost looks like fish scales. It almost looks like that, but it adds a bit of dimension to her overall look. And then you get up into the gown, and it's darker. The color slightly changes, and it's got a bit of a cutout. It's got a high neckline. She had her hair out of her face, and this, ladies, we got to work on styling, okay? Because some people don't know how to style. If you have a high neckline like that, that's what you want to do. Get that hair out. If you got the dress coming up here, let people see your neck. Let people see that work. Could you imagine she had worn this dress and then had her hair the way I have my hair and just covering the designs going in here, the detail work? How dare you? This designer did great, and I'm happy that she showcased the designer's work and design by pulling back her hair and just letting people adore her and see her. The fabric was very soft and flowy. It wasn't too long. There was no train, but it didn't need a train. This dress would not have been as great if it had a train. It didn't need one. There was so much detail work on it already that it was fine as is. And it, I love it when dresses emphasize skin tone. It is not just about choosing a glamorous gown. It is not just about choosing your favorite gown, especially when it comes to high international competition. You want a gown that magnifies your beauty specifically for you. This gown that Haiti wore would not have looked as magnificent on any other queen except for her. It was like tailor-made for her skin tone and her skin type. Her height, that gown made her look 7 feet tall. Beautifully done. At number 6, we have another Colombia, 2015. Of course she's on the list. Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. 2015's, look, 2015's Colombia's gown put the nail in the coffin when it came to bedazzled dresses. After she did this look, no one should have ever gone here again. She killed it. She perfected it. It should have died with her, because you cannot outdo this dress when it comes to Swarovski crystal bedazzlement. Like, it was perfect in every way, and it, to this day, it baffles me that she doesn't look like a disco ball. You would think that that much sparkle on a gown would make someone look like a disco ball, but it didn't. It made her look like I don't want to call her a fish, but I'm saying like those silver fish when you see them in the ocean and the sun is just reflecting off of their scales and you're just mesmerized. That's what she looked like. Her dress was hypnotic, and I'm sure, oh my God, this is one dress I wish to see in person, because it killed me through the screen. I can only imagine what type of hypnosis the judges were in as she walked down the stage, blinding the audience. You were hypnotized by her dress. And fun fact, this is something that actually occurs in nature when it comes to shiny animals like the fish I was talking about. They use that shimmer effect to distract people that are not people, but other animals that might try to eat them. It actually legitimately has a place in nature to distract your competitors, or you're the prey. So the animal's trying to eat you. And I feel like that's kind of what she did. She blinded, like, I feel like everybody was just hypnotized. And I don't know how they did it. To this day, I don't even know what material was really used to make this, because you're not going to tell me it was individual crystals. You can't. The dress was so light. It had movement, and that's something you don't really see from other very bedazzled dresses that have a lot of stonework on it. Because of the stones, it weighs down the gown, but this gown seemed light as air as she was walking and as she was moving. At the same time, the fit of this gown was insanity. Insanity! How did you do that with that beading, with that stonework? This gown killed the game, and I don't understand why anyone has continuously tried to attempt to even get near the perfection of Colombia's 2015 gown. Stop it with the bedazzled beadwork. It's over. It's done. You're never gonna beat this gown. I don't care what you say. She killed the game. Let's continue. We are here at the top 5, and number 5 is Venezuela 2018. Another game changer, game ender type of gown. Venezuela's gown, this was almost scientifically done, because this entire gown was nude. This entire gown was sheer. She should have been naked on stage, and yet she wasn't. This gown was so scientifically, precisely done that it made her seem naked, but not naked at the same time. She looked like something out of a fantasy book walking down the stage, and this dress is what killed the game when it came to nude gowns. She did, right after Colombia killed it with her sparkles, Venezuela came and killed the sheer. After this gown, there was no excuse for the sheer trend to continue. She killed it. She done it. It's done. It's finished. Finito. It perfect. I just don't. It's not even just a simple bedazzled dress. Like all the sparkles have a design to it. It has a flair to it. It's strategically placed. It's not even all over the gown. It strategically covers area of her body. And then as you get deeper to the bottom of the gown, it becomes more shiny, more bedazzled, but it doesn't distract from the presence of the queen that's in the gown, that is what's important. What's important is not the gown. What's important is the woman in the gown, and this showcased her so well, and she killed the game with this dress, or the designer killed the game with this dress. So the sheer trend is dead. You're never gonna beat Venezuela. Sis, you did it, and I'm proud of you. Number 4. I feel like I should cover my ears because I feel like I'm gonna hear some of you through the screen from the future. I feel like I'm gonna hear you, but go ahead and scream your head off. At number 4 is Philippines Catriona Gray's lava gown. That gown is seared into our brain bank, into our memories for the remainder of time. Oh, you guys remember my face when I saw that gown? But when Catriona wore this dress, it was done. It was over. It was done. It was done. She went full Swarovski crystals, but she did it in a way that was so unique, so elegant, so creative. Floored me. Floored me. And I've been waiting to see multicolored gowns come back, some print come back, more creativity come back, and definitely color come back. And she gave it all to me. All of it. Color, creativity, multicolored, with the glitz. It was, she did it with a red lip. When was the last time we saw a red lip? And this, like, Catriona, wonderful queen, but we have to give props to the designer because I've seen the making of Catriona's dress. I saw the time that it took to really plan what she was gonna wear. All props to this designer. And I've seen her backup dresses too, okay? I've seen her backup dresses, and those dresses are, can't speak. All props to this designer. From, like, you had the plunging, even the neckline was unique. It wasn't just a simple sweetheart. It cut deep, it cut low, it cut diagonally. It gave me leg, a little bit of a train. It had enough, oh my God. Beautiful. At number 3 is our current Miss Universe, Zosie Beanie Toonsy from South Africa. OMG. Zosie. Love you, queen. Do you guys remember when Zosie came out in this dress? This dress made me want to just Wakanda forever. It was amazing. Oh my gosh, it had the color. It was multicolored. It was almost like a Hollywood queen costume. It was so unique and so creative. I cannot imagine where they got the ideas for this dress from the fabric that was used, to the colors that were chosen, to the arm detailing. Mind blown. My mind is blown by this dress. She looked so good. And then just the little bit of earring that she had, which just everything about this dress was glorious. She had the front slit. I mean, where else were we gonna put this dress but top 3? Like, my God. Zosie, you're so beautiful. And your designer needs to make my wedding dress or something. I need the number to Zosie's designer. Thank you. Number 2 is gonna surprise some of you. Number 2 is probably something that people don't see coming, but you true pageant fans, those of you who are like me, you know what's coming. At number 2, we have Venezuela 2009. The epicness of this gown shall live on forever in all of our memories. How dare anyone leave this dress off of any list? This gown has everything. And I don't even know how it was done, because you would think putting all these details, all these specific parts of this dress together would be too much, and yet it worked. So I don't even need a picture of this gown. So first, the gown, it's this bright, fun cherry red, just in your face, look at me, dazzling, romantic red. It's a little bit fun, it has a little bit of romance. You get to the bottom of the gown, it flares out, it's like an A-line gown, and you've got the feathers. And this is coming from a woman who typically doesn't even like feathers. Typically, you're not gonna catch me in some feathers. I am not a birdie girl. It doesn't work for me most of the time. But this gown, The way that they placed the feathers around the fullness of an A-line dress was just like, what? It made her look like it float. As she walked, the feathers would suspend in air as if she was floating. As if she ever did a turn, the feathers would flare out and just emphasize that turn. That dress moved with her as if it was her own being. And then you get to the bodice, you get to the top. Now, you guys, I'm gonna admit, and if you know anything about my own personal style, I am a sucker for anything off the shoulder. I love off the shoulder. It is so feminine, it is so delicate, it is so regal, and she had an off the shoulder look. But into the bodice, it had just the slightest bit of beadwork to emphasize her bust line. I don't even know how they were able to pull off this gown with all these different details in one dress, but it works so spectacularly, and the woman in it was styled so impeccably. No wonder she won. I want to give the designer a Miss Universe crown. I love this gown. I love this gown. I love this gown. There's only one gown in my eyes that can beat this gown. One. At number one, the best gown to have graced any pageant stage, as far as I'm concerned, the best gown to ever to be beholden unto a Miss Universe audience is France 2016. This dress took months to make, months of continuous labor, and that's probably not even including the planning that went into something as detailed as what France was wearing. Every inch of France's gown was planned meticulously. They did not randomly throw anything on that dress, from the lines to the beadwork to the artwork. Everything was impeccably done, and as far as I remember, it was done by hand, which is why it took months. And I could see, as the nerd that I am, I saw that what they did was build a dress that was made for an old school French nobility type queen, from the bust to the bodice to the line geometric shape going down her legs. This is the most detailed, planned, glamorous. This is a walking work of art, and I don't think a lot of people realize what they were just seeing a nice dress. You were not. You saw a tapestry, a piece of art walk down the runway, and it would have pained my soul had she not won. To this day, you show me a picture of that gown and I lose my mind. It was everywhere. Her arms had beadwork, the chest had beadwork, front and back, everything. Yeah, I'm gonna stop because I could rant about this dress forever. I honestly could give you guys an entire college dissertation, 45-minute history lesson just based on the intricacies of France's gown, but I won't do that. We won't go there. Thank you guys for joining me here today and discussing my favorite top 15 gowns ever in the world of Miss Universe. Let me know in the comment section below what your favorites are. Would you, I don't understand. We're not even gonna, don't put this, just don't. I was gonna say go ahead, but don't. Because we're not going to dispute the fact that France has the best gown. That's what we're not gonna do here. We're gonna give her that. She's got that. But in the comment section below, let me know anything else you might want to change, or how your list may vary, or any gowns you may add or take away. Let me know. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And if you are not a member of my court, why not? Why? Hit the subscribe button. I would love to see you again. We have fun here every single week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. I keep busy, okay? I love you, I'll miss you, and you know I will be back in a future video.